Hello, I'm Mike Scofo, one of the partners here at Fortress Wealth Planning. Today, I want to talk to you about the war chest and why it's important. If you're a client of the firm, you've heard us use this term before many times. Essentially, the war chest is a safe bucket of funds, cash and cash like equivalents designed to help weather a storm during difficult times. This bucket may look different if you're still working and accumulating your savings versus, say, using your savings to fund your lifestyle. Let me explain. I'm going to talk about the science and emotions, as emotions tend to trump the science quite often. And the science of financial planning suggests somewhere around 6 to 12 months worth of expenses in your war chest. However, emotions or special circumstances may warrant something different. And this is where it becomes important to have a really good understanding of what it costs to fund your lifestyle annually. Now, this isn't about creating a budget. That tends to have negative connotation, maybe even considered a bad word for many, but it is important to have a good understanding of what does it cost to live your life. So, for example, if your expenses are $150,000 a year, a 1 year war chest would equal $150,000 of cash and cash like instruments, and a 2 year war chest would be $300,000 and so on. Now, if you're still working, an argument could be made that your war chest could be on the lower side since you have income coming in each year. However, emotions, again, may dictate otherwise, and we find this to be very common. Now, if you are at the point in life where you are no longer accumulating your savings and or investments, and you've made that transition to living off of your investments, we might recommend a larger war chest depending upon your tolerance for risk and other circumstances. Now, if you look at this chart on the top left-hand side here, it talks about the average bear market or down market. We'll call that a falling market. It's indicated by yellow here at the bottom. It lasts, as you can see, 11 and a half months. Let's just round that to a year. So if we stick with the previous example of spending $150,000 a year to live our life, which would be our annual expenses, that would get us through one bear market. 2 years of a war chest would be 300,000. That would get us through two bear market cycles before we ever have to touch the investment portfolio. Why is this important? Because it gives the investments time to recover. The last thing we want to be doing is necessarily tapping the investments at inopportune times. What's the purpose? Again, the purpose of the war chest is to fund the lifestyle expenses. And as a client, your focus should be to spend down the war chest. And as the advisor, our job is to strategically replenish the war chest, take out of cash, put it in the investment portfolio as appropriate, taking into account market cycles, tax implications, and so on. This, again, alleviates ever having to dip into the portfolio at inopportune times. This also helps address the question of how will I create income when I'm no longer earning an income? Well, again, we will determine together the appropriate war chest by the year's worth of spending that we want to have available. And many times that emotional number may be different than the science. However, we do help guide clients as having too much or too little in the war chest does come at an opportunity cost. Let me just Now, emotions, you've heard me mention, oftentimes will drive the war chest balance, and that's okay. While the science may tell us that a 12-month war chest will get us through one bear market, you might feel more comfortable having a few years worth of spending in the war chest to get through a few bear markets. No right or wrong answer here. Our job is to help guide by making sure clients don't drift too far away, one direction or another, while still maintaining their ability to sleep well at night and meet their financial goals. Now, you may be wondering, how exactly do I build the war chest? And there are several ways to do this depending upon your situation and your preferences. And I've listed a few of the most common below. One would be saving from your income. This is the simplest and most straightforward way to accumulate cash. Simply set aside a portion of your earnings to fill up that bucket, to put it in, let's say, a money market account or something short-term and liquid. It could be short-term CD, it could be short-term bond, something of the like. The advantage here is that you control how much, how often you're adding to the war chest. Next would be selling some of your investments. So if you have a large and well-diversified portfolio, this may be an option As securities appreciate over time, you might think about trimming back some of those holdings, using the proceeds from selling securities to build up that war chest. Obviously, taxes, market volatility might be a consideration as well. And then the third would be rebalancing your portfolio. Periodically maintaining your target investment mix, and if things have gotten too overweighted, as you trim that back, you could use those proceeds as well to fund the war chest. As you can see, there are pros and cons to each method of building your war chest, and you may use a combination of them depending upon your circumstances. Important thing is that you have a plan, you have the discipline to follow it. It's not only smart strategy, but for many, it's also a source of peace of mind and confidence in your financial future. Should you have any questions or would like to discuss this further, there is a button in the top right-hand corner of your screen. Click that. You can choose any of the three partners to talk to. We'd also welcome any feedback, so hit reply. You can drop us a note, ask any questions, or just general feedback. Again, we appreciate it, and thanks for watching.